And hello to all my friends. I would like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'm doing your Quadrants video, extrapolating the entire year out for your sign. This is a deep dive into divination. This is something I usually don't do because 6 months is usually what I can gauge very, very accurately. The further you go out from that, it starts getting a little fuzzy. But this is the one time that I will actually do that, basically for the new year, for my people, taking good care of you guys here. Now, the quadrant spread itself, before I tell you more about how the logistics of that works, I have to tell you two very important things. First thing is to join the newsletter program. It's at the very bottom of my website, scottsagent.com. By doing that, you get the newsletters just once a month. There's just one email that comes through. And once in a while, I do big giveaways for my newsletter people. In the month of December, I gave away animal totem readings to everybody who wanted one. So definitely sign up for that. It's free. It's at the bottom of the website. You enter your first name, last initial, date of birth, and you send that off, and then you're in the newsletter program, so you'll never miss any kind of free giveaway ever again. The other giveaway that I do is on Facebook every single month. Make sure you follow the Facebook page. I do that every single month. It's a little different every month, so I'm always mixing it up and doing new fun things. Now, the quadrants spread itself breaks down. A quadrant is a quarter of a circle. We're looking at the circle like your year, and a quadrant is 3 months of it. So you have 4 quadrants within your 2022. So that's how we're going to break it down. Quadrant 1 will be January, February, March. After that, April, May, June. The third one, July, August, September. And the fourth quadrant, of course, will be October, November, December. So that's the breakdown of it. Now let's get into your actual sign, and we'll talk about the cards that came up for each quadrant and the things that they want you to look out for and to avoid. So let's get started. All right, Aquarius, here we go with your quadrants for 2022. Now, I will say that you guys are the sign that was the most mysterious, probably because there's a lot of different moving parts here. And Aquarius might just be the hardest to predict. So it's going to be a little tough here. There's a lot of questions that went unanswered, I'm not going to lie. But there are some good things that we still got, which I'm going to share with you guys. So here we go. Quadrant number 1 is January, February, and March. First thing that comes up is being sick. I have sickness that comes up. That doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen, but the air is around you. You have a very strong likelihood to get some kind of sickness or illness in January, February, March. It's really not that surprising because usually that happens in winter when it's colder. Now, when that happens, it's not because it's being negative or anything like that. If anything, they're trying to get you to preempt this. This is something that maybe you can vitamin up to counter and, do immune boosters and stuff like this. And if it's a higher, bigger density sickness and it's just more major than that, then it's probably not something we could avoid anyway. But at least it's letting you prepare for this here. Now, the second card, interestingly enough, talking about the tarot card that came up, was taking care of your body. So this is a really good time to do that. It's really a good time to nurture your body, to get ahead of this. So hopefully it doesn't happen at all and it's just an afterthought and you can say, you know what, Scott, you just weren't accurate. Well, this is the type of thing that I don't want to be accurate about. So that's great. Now, they didn't give us really anything else with number 1. So that's actually where we're going to keep that. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the only thing going on for your 3 months. Now, we just talked about a bunch in your general reading for January, but that is the focus for these 3 months. They really want your physical body to be of focus. They want you to be aware of what's going on. A good thing that I like to do too is anytime I feel like my glands get swollen, like a sickness coming before it actually catches hold, as soon as I feel weird like that, that's when I vitamin up. I don't actually take all the vitamins all the time. I think that actually works against you if you do that. But when it's coming, you can really build up your body to fight, and that's what I do there. And the other thing, besides vitamin A, B, C, D, zinc are really good for that kind of stuff. And if it's a viral thing, tonic water is really good to fight. It's very highly antiviral. So a tall glass of that twice a day. If you're feeling that that something's coming around or you've been around sick people, you might just want to do one. There's no reason not to, it's just, why not? This is just a preemptive thing. Hopefully my Aquariuses can stay healthy through these 3 months. As we get into quadrant 2 for you guys, this is where they got more chatty. The only questions they would answer for me that I asked outside of the cards were in quadrant 2. Let me give you an example. The best love month for Aquarius, quadrant 2, April, May, June. Okay, so that's very important. What is the best time to be safe or conservative? When should my Aquariuses play it safe and be a little conservative, be a little tight? Quadrant 2. Okay, so April, May, June. Those are two important things. Now onto the cards. The first thing they said is that we have easy work coming in here. So that could, I just view that as that things are just flowing real good here. You know, work and usually financial as well. You know, things are just moving. You're just floating down the river. Things are going good. Not a lot of problems, not a lot of rapids or rocks or you know, things to avoid. It's just pretty cruise control energy. So that's good. And we have a Pentacle new beginning here. So this is a hard card to read. It's so many different things. In the context of a general reading makes it even harder. But the Pentacle here, new beginning of the Ace of Pentacles, I've seen it come up for a new house. I've seen it come up for new health, new job. Job's a little lower down the list, but some kind of brand new beginning occurs for you guys in April, May, June for quite a few of you, and that is obviously a very good thing. And we also have it's the best love month too, so it could be, you know, buying something with your lover. That's one example of what it could be. So let's move into quadrant 3. Now, before I do that, let me tell you all the questions they didn't answer. When I said that you guys are the most kind of elusive sign here, here's the questions that they basically overturned and said, you know, basically they vetoed. When is the best work quadrant for Aquarius? Veto, no answer. When is the best financial quadrant for Aquarius? No answer. When is the best health quadrant for Aquarius? No answer. Well, we know it's not January, February, March, right? When is the best time for Aquarius to vacation and relax? No answer. Now, it doesn't mean that there is no answer to these. It means that I like to view it as maybe that's a good thing. You know, maybe that means that any of these can be any of them. And it's probably so many of the different ones for different people that they can't kind of grab onto enough data looking ahead on the paths to say, okay, well, you know, really the first quadrant is the best time to vacation or relax. They can't do that because the Aquariuses here are just going to be so very different in 2022. It's almost like, you know, you guys are all over the place, right? So let's move into, oh, I didn't tell you the other ones they didn't answer. When is the best time to be busy and productive for Aquarius? No answer. When is the best time to take risks for Aquarius? No answer. So, and also the other thing that I take into consideration is, you know, sometimes there's certain information that they just withhold, that they don't want us to know, probably because we'll overanalyze it, or they don't want you to get too, you know, deer in the headlight, like asphyxiated on a certain result. So let's move into quadrant 3. We still got some good stuff, Aquarius. It's just a little bit, you know, there's a lot of stuff unanswered, long story short. We have July, August, September. There are going to be small setbacks. They're letting you know that this is small. This is the key word there is small. This is not anything major. This is, you know, small little bumps in the road, letting you know that, you know, you're going to have to deal with some things. And that way you expect it. Your expectations, you know, you shouldn't, if somebody told you the opposite, that you're going to have a really great July, August, September, there's going to be no issues at all. And then you went through it and you had issues, your expectations would be here, and then you'd be living down here, and you'd be like, oh God, this is terrible. You know, I expected all this good stuff. So basically they're lowering your bar a little bit. They're saying expect some challenges here. And that way, when it happens, you're going to be like, okay, I knew that was going to happen. What's next? You know, okay, the next thing I got to deal with is, and then you do it, yeah, you know, and you get through it. The best part about your July, August, September is they're saying you have a lot of options here. So I don't know what you have going on specifically. The context is going to be different for your July, August, September, but Aquarius has a lot of options. So let me give you a couple examples. Let's say you got to move. Your apartment lease is ending within those 3 months, July, August, September. You got to go somewhere else, move somewhere else. They're saying you have a lot of options. You don't have to stay. You know, you're not just down to either staying or going to one other place. You have a bunch of options here. That could also fall into your work corner. Could fall into dating. It's really all over the place. But you have a lot of options. Now, that's why I like people to take notes here, because you're going to probably forget this if you don't, unless you come back and check this video out when these months occur. That's really the only way to do it, because how are you going to remember that I said you had a lot of options when right now you might not know what these options are for, because this is, you know, 6, 7, 8 months away until, you know, that you're going to live up until this comes. So, you know, so much could change before then that actually what I'm reading for and giving you the advice for might be completely different than what you think it is. So definitely either take notes or come back and check these out. Last quadrant, quadrant 4, October, November, and December. We have blocked social here. So either it's going to be you're going out too much and having too much fun in social life, or it's the other end of that where you're just a little bit too alone and you need to get out more. You need that social interaction. And that's what most people are under here is you don't get enough social interaction. So get out with your friends, your family, the people you care about so that this is not blocked. We want good flowing social health. And that's basically what comes up there. We have things are getting smoother for you guys too. I know that it's kind of been not just a mysterious kind of 2022 for you guys, but it's also been a kind of a, I don't want to say dark, but it just they haven't come out and said anything like extremely good, with the exception of the best love month. Now here in your October, November, December, they're letting me know to let you know that things are starting to get real good here. This is kind of the breaking point when things, you hit that part of the river where now you're just smooth. And that's really what happens. So we have smoother sailing there. Nice to see to end the year. I know that these are a little vague. It is a general reading. The same kind of setup is really good for planning and preparing. So hopefully I gave you at least a few things there that have, triggered thoughts within yourself so that you can plan and prepare for your 2022 a little bit better. Hopefully we never have that sickness come up at all. That's what this is all about. So Aquarius, I wish you guys a happy 2022, and I will see you guys soon. Happy New Year. Take care.